I worked at NASA for 11 years. The aliens contacted us in 2025 and we said nothing. We were never supposed to tell. But I'm tired of hiding. This is probably the last thing I'll ever publish online under my real name. My hands are shaking even as I type this. Maybe it's guilt, maybe it's fear, maybe both. I spent 11 years working inside NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. I wasn't some high-level director or anything. Just a systems engineer with security, clearance, and a curious mind. I worked on signal decoding systems, encryption protocols, and later, AI-driven pattern recognition for space data. Nothing glamorous. But in May 2025, something landed on my desk that changed my life. Something. Not from Earth. And what followed over the next 6 weeks was the greatest cover-up I've ever witnessed. Bigger than Roswell. Bigger than Area 51. This was contact, real contact, and they made us bury it. Now I'm breaking silence. Because I can't sleep at night anymore. The signal that shouldn't exist. On May 29, 2025, we got an unusual alert from our deep space listening array in California. We track thousands of noise bursts every day. Solar radiation, comets, satellite interference. It's mostly junk. But this was tight band, laser precise, and coming from a fixed location. Proxima Centauri b. If you don't know, Proxima b is the closest Earth-like exoplanet we know of. About 4.2 light-years away. We've always hoped it could have life, but we never got much from that direction. Until that day. A message. We couldn't ignore. The signal came in pulses. First, we thought it was a repeating binary, 1 to 1, 1 to 1, but then someone, a new guy in the AI team, ran it through our experimental semiotic decoder. That tool was built to recognize non-human symbolic logic. Basically, if aliens sent a language not based on sound or letters, this could help identify the patterns. The result, a perfect mathematical sequence. Then another. Then another. It ended with a prime number set. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, repeated 5 times. That's not a natural formation, that's a signature. When we layered the waveforms, we saw modulated harmonics embedded in the gaps. Like someone whispering between the beeps. We boosted the frequencies. That's when we heard it. A voice. Or what we think was a voice. Speaking in tones we couldn't quite parse, not in English, not in anything human. But rhythmic, deliberate, alive. They're aware of us. We worked 72 hours straight. Multiple departments got pulled in. Linguists, code breakers, even a couple people from DARPA who just showed up unannounced. By June 2nd, we had enough to conclude this. The signal was deliberate. It was being sent repeatedly, once every 88 minutes. It contained structured symbolic communication. It was aimed directly at Earth. That same day, my boss, who I won't name, came into the lab and told us to stop everything. This has been elevated to level 7 clearance. Effective immediately, all data is compartmentalized, no external communications, no logs. This is no longer under NASA jurisdiction. He was sweating when he said it. I'd never seen him like that before. The meeting that changed everything. Had a closed-door meeting on June 4th. Only 14 people, phones locked, no internet. Just one screen showing a waveform. A man from some agency I still don't know the name of, he never introduced himself, stepped in and said, "What you're looking at is first contact. We've confirmed it through multiple arrays in Australia, India and the European Space Agency. The signal is not terrestrial, it's not a satellite, it's not military, it's intelligent." We sat in silence. Then he said, "There will be no announcement." Why they decided to stay quiet. According to this man, the government had a protocol in place since the late 80s for something like this. It was called Echo Directive. Not public, not even available through FOIA. In case of confirmed contact, they would evaluate threat level based on signal content and behavior, monitor global social response to any leaks, delay disclosure indefinitely if risks to national unity or economic stability were determined to be high. Guess what? The decision was made within 48 hours. Don't tell the public. Not because it was dangerous, but because it was too big. Too destabilizing. The message wasn't hostile, but it was clear. Here's the closest translation we could get from the AI. We see you. You are close. We extend observation. Contact is intentional. Approach is slow. Prepare for proximity. The cover-up. On June 6th, all remote telescope access was locked out. Private astronomers who picked up anomalies were contacted or, in some cases, silenced. One amateur in the ESA, UK uploaded a video of the Proxima b pulses on TikTok. It got 3 million views in 8 hours. Then the video disappeared. His account was banned. He posted on Reddit once after that saying, "They came to my house." Then nothing. The few media outlets that started covering strange radio bursts suddenly dropped the story. I know. I tried sending tips anonymously. They never responded. Even the Reddit thread I started under a burner was removed in 5 minutes. It was like trying to shout into a void. What you need to know now. So here we are. It's July 2025 and no one's talking about it anymore. The public missed their chance. The news cycle moved on. But the signal? It hasn't stopped. The pulses still come. Quieter now, as if they know we're ignoring them. And I can't help but wonder what will happen if we keep pretending we didn't hear. Maybe this was a test. Maybe they were watching how we'd react. And if the answer was fear and silence, what kind of message does that send back? Why I'm telling you. This, I don't want fame. I don't want attention. I want truth. You don't have to believe me. Honestly, part of me hopes you don't. Because that means you'll try to prove me wrong. And maybe in doing that, you'll start digging. Maybe you'll find what I found. There are files still out there. Copies. Signals logged by amateurs, snapshots saved before the purge. Some of you already have them. I see you in the forums. Don't stop, don't give up. We made contact. And we're blowing it.